Well, it's our last day here at Mission Deep Blue. You are almost real agents. Good job, you guys. I've enjoyed our time together in the Bible and learning how our faith can grow deeper. And today our story is going to be back in the Old Testament. It's in the book of Jonah. Jonah is a pretty short book. It's only 4 chapters long. That's not very long. I bet if you really wanted to, you guys could sit down and read it tonight after dinner. Or if you're watching this after dinner, maybe before bed, whenever. I bet you could read the whole thing. I'm just going to go through it a little bit and pull out some really cool things that happened in Jonah. So, how many of you have ever had something amazing happen to you? When that happened, you probably didn't keep it a secret, did you? Of course not. When something really cool happens to us or happens in our life, what do we want to do? We want to tell people, right? We want to tell everybody that we know. Well, it's important for us to tell people about God because God is even more incredible than anything that we can think of. And that's what Jonah's job was. His job was to tell people things that God wanted them to know. Jonah had an important message from God to deliver, but he was afraid. He was scared. God wanted Jonah to go to a place called Nineveh and tell people there that they needed to stop living the way that they were and that they needed to start obeying God. And now this made Jonah afraid, and it made him a little mad. He didn't want to do this. He knew what he was supposed to do, and God had said, this is it, and God gave him some very clear instructions. Jonah started to make excuses. Do you ever make excuses when you're expected to do something? I do. Jonah wasn't sure that he knew exactly what to say, or he wasn't sure that the Nineveh people would listen to him. Nineveh needed Jonah's message, otherwise their city would be destroyed. It wasn't like missing a text message or something like that. Nineveh needed this message. They needed it. But instead of going to Nineveh, do you know what Jonah did? He got on a boat and went the other way. He went as far away from Nineveh as he could get. And while he was out in the ocean, this massive storm happened. And all of the people that he was with were scared. They didn't know what was going on, but they knew that God had created the storm. And Jonah said, if you throw me overboard, if you throw me into the ocean, the storm will stop. And so the people did it. And when they threw him in, a massive fish, a huge fish, swallowed Jonah whole. And Jonah lived in the belly of that fish for 3 days. I wonder what it smelled like in there. I bet you it didn't smell very nice. After 3 days of praying and asking God for forgiveness, the fish spit him up on dry land. God heard Jonah's prayer and made the fish do this. By then, Jonah had realized what he had done. He realized the importance of sharing God's message, even with people that he didn't want to. And so he went, after the fish spit him out, he went to the town of Nineveh. And he told the people. And you know what? The town was saved. There's more to the story. So if you want to read a little bit longer or go in and read it all, go for it. But I think that it's important for us to know this. Sometimes God asks us to do scary things, just like he asked Jonah. And it's okay to be afraid of what it is that God asks us. We all have our own stories to share. God has given us all something to say, and he's asking us to do it. And when we do share our stories, our faith grows deeper. I hope you guys have a great rest of your time, and I can't wait to see what else you learned today.